Okay. Have good day, everyone. So the main purpose of the video lecture is to cope up with our missed um, meeting inside the classroom kasi nga it's very obvious na for the first term, final term, maraming activities ang unit, ang department natin. We have our intramurals and very short lang din yung week. So this is how I will give a remedy for that particular problem. Okay, kasi hindi naman pwedeng tanggalin ang written work in examination, kaya kailangan ko pa rin siyang mag-discuss. So, I hope even though ang ingay ng construction, naririnig niyo pa rin ako. So, I hope even though wala tayo sa physical classroom and ganitong setup tayo, still you learn something in the subject and you still appreciate the effort. Okay, so before anything else, just a recap of what we've learned from midterm, which is we have the following. Siyempre, kakatapos ang midterm exam ninyo. In last midterm, we discussed physical activity and fitness, which is our first week. Second, it is the element of dance. In this topic, particularly, we learn the importance of of each elements of dance, how these elements of dance um, has a or have a crucial role in creating a good choreography in a dance or a routine sa isang dance performance. And likewise, the history of dance, okay? What are the different functions of dance from prehistoric to pre-Christian to dark ages to Renaissance and so on and so forth up until now in the present generation. And also, last midterm, it's about Philippine folk dance. These topics, we did not discuss it particularly inside the classroom, but if you try to review your Genyo accounts, nag-upload pa ako dyan ng video lectures and demonstrations. Okay? So, these are the topics that we've had last midterm. So, for the final term, before the final term, also if we try to describe the topic of the midterm, we can say that we define dancing here as a form of art. Okay? Kasi pag sinabi nating form of art, these dances is purely for communication, for storytelling, for performance purposes. Okay? For entertainment. Okay? What are the genre of dances under here? Very obvious, our topic. Um, it says there, Philippine folk dance, because these dances are solely created to describe the lives of people in a certain community. Because if we define Philippine folk dance or folk dance, rather, these dance are created based on the life, okay, of people living in a certain community, their occupation, the history, okay, those are the inspiration of 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 the basic steps of these folk dances. Why these folk dances are created? A good example of that, it is the Lapay Bantike. Okay, and just to share with you what is the history of Lapay Bantike. Lapay in English it is a seagull, so particularly where we can find seagulls in the sea, and what is the occupation of the people living there? Malamang mangingisda sila. And Lapay Bandike usually perform during dawn, madaling araw, before pumalaot yung mga fishermen. They offer the dance to Saint Filomena, the saint for fishermen, and they are asking for a bountiful harvest of fishes. Kaya people from from Bantike usually perform this to honor Saint Philomena and to ask for a bountiful harvest. Okay. Now, for the final term, we will going to describe or define dancing as a form of competition. So, if you will ask me, so sorry, the dances under here are not form of art. Still, it is an art. It's just that what is the something that we need to put in our performance to make it competitive? Because if we say competition, we're competing to other group of people. We're competing not only to the other group of people, but also we are competing our own selves. So in this particular topic, we will define what is competitive dance and a genre of competitive dance. The first and the only dance genre of dance that we will going to have for the final term is we have your cheer dancing. Okay, as I've said, sayang kasi hindi natin siya magagawa talaga. Like you will not perform cheer dance, but ganun nga yung nangyari because of the transition of our calendar again. Okay, kaya nagkaroon ng tawag ito, na-limit yung weeks natin for the final term. Okay, so without much ado, now we discuss dancing as a form of competition. Okay. So objective, at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to first define briefly the meaning of dance as a form of competition. Number two, discuss the nature and background of cheer dance. Number three, value the importance of each element in contributing a successful cheer dance performance. And number four, demonstrate the basic stances and motions in cheer dancing. So, since wala tayong physical meeting, and I don't have the chance to check if your executions are correct, please do it honestly na lang. When you watch the video lecture and the demonstration, you can also execute those basic stances and motion in your dance. Okay? Kasi nothing or the best thing or the best way to master, okay, the dance description or the dance step per se is that to execute it. Okay, and I believe in your skills in interpreting the different basic steps or basic stances in chair dancing, because I believe also you have the comprehension on how to understand what dance what is that dance description means. Okay? So parang i-interpret mo lang naman siya. So like how we did it in folk dance, step your right foot in second position, ganun lang naman siya kadali, class. Okay? And there are two essential guide questions. How can competitive dance contribute to the growth of the four aspects of development, which are our physical, mental, social, and emotional aspect? And number two, how cheer dancing can help to optimize one's health. So as I've always said, if we talk about essential guide question or your EGQ, these are questions not intended to answer immediately, but only these questions serves as our guide to understand better the topic as we go through with the different slides. Okay? So because I always tell this to you, this is not your first time to encounter what is competitive dance, what is cheer dance. This topic was introduced siguro sa inyo during your junior high school, and I believe because I am also a junior high school, and according sa book, it is embedded on your book that this topic is already there. So simply what we are doing here is to review those information from your junior high school. Okay, so let's start discussing. So nature and background of cheer dance, competitive dance. And in this topic, we will going to discuss number one, dance as a form of competition. And number two, basic motion in cheer dance and basic stances in cheer dance. So let's first identify or discuss dance as a form of competition. So before that, just to recall again our topic as a form of dance as a form of art. Okay? Again, pag sinabi nating dance as a form of art, purely for performances. Okay? Expressing your emotions. These dances are mainly created to tell story, okay, to appreciate the body movement of dancers, the aesthetic movement of the dancers. So that is the main purpose of dance as a form of art. And likewise, these dances are based on literature. If we talk about literature, yes, the dance itself has a story, but okay, the dance is The dance itself has a story, but also in the field of dancing, if we talk about literature, there are basic steps that 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 needs to strictly that needs to be strictly to follow. Okay? So, kailangan sundin mo yon. Once na hindi mo siya nasunod, it is a ground for what do you call this? Altering the literature of the dance itself. And syempre, if we talk about literature, okay, it must be followed. Kailangan hindi natin siya baguhin. Hindi natin kailangan gumawa ng sarili nating version. But if we talk about a dance as a form of literature, yung tinatawag nating the dance terms. Okay, like count one, step your right foot in second position. Those are dance literature. Okay, so in layman's term, those are simply what we call the dance description. Okay, so yun yung definition ng dance as a form of art. Okay, but if we talk about competition, okay, dance as a form of competition, or before we define dance as a form of competition, let's chop it down. The two terms which are rather competition and dance. So let's first define what is competition is. So if we talk about competition, it's simply we are referring to the act of process of trying to get or win something. And what is that something? It's either a prize, a trophy, a certificate, a plaque. Okay, those are example of prize or a higher level of success, which is the ranking, like the champion, first runner-up, second runner-up, third runner-up, fourth runner-up. Okay, that someone else is also trying to get or win. Because if we talk about competition class, you are competing to someone or to other group. Okay, because the main essence of competition is to know who is the best, okay, among the participating teams. Okay, another definition is that it refers to an effort of two or more parties acting independently to secure an advantage to other party by offering the most favorable terms. If we talk about the second definition, we can identify what is my question a while back, that dance as a form of art you perform to express your emotion. Yes, it is. To communicate. Yes, it is. So still, dance under competition have this characteristic. But what is that something that we need to put in our performance in order to make it a competition? Ang sabi niya dito, to secure an advantage to other party by offering the most favorable term. And what is the most favorable term there? What do we mean by that? Kung sino yung pinakamagaling, kung sino yung pinaka-competent among the competitors, and what is that favorable term na sinasabi that makes the adjudicators, that make the judges convinced that among the 30 participating team, USL is the best among the 29, okay, other teams. And that is what we call skills. Kasi ang pinaglalabanan dito is skills na. Marunong silang gumawa ng choreography, may energy naman sila. Okay? May facial expression din naman sila. It's just that the skill, for example, of USL is something my edge compared to other competing teams. Like, marunong tayo mag-back, in the dance performance, nagba-backflip sila. Okay, cartwheel. Their routine is more dangerous. And those routines are not created in just 1 day or 2 days or 1 week practice. It is a continuous process of developing their skills, perfecting their skills in order to execute a smooth and a good performance. Okay? So, yun yung competition. Kung sino yung pinakamagaling at pinaka nagbigay ng entertainment at nakapagpa-wow sa adjudicators and sa audience will automatically or has the highest or higher chances of being proclaimed as the champion or the first place. Why? Because they executed the routine smoothly, and perfect. Okay, and to understand more what is competition is that I already stated a while back. Okay, it is a one entity versus to another entity. Okay, the act of challenging other individuals or group to know who is more skilled and capable in particular field. So meron kang kalaban. Okay, team A versus team B. Like for example, um, Best versus Sekap, Sekap, Sase, okay, Shas, okay. This is one entity versus with the other entity. But do not forget, okay, that if we talk about competition class, we also referring you versus you. Okay, so a challenge within a person or a group to better him themselves to say he or they are really competent. Okay, this is something that I want to highlight because I've noticed that um, also me sometimes it is very difficult to hear corrections from other people, a comparison from other people. Okay, but class, always open your minds that comparing is a natural phenomena in living this world. If you want to develop yourself, you need to compare yourselves. Okay, I often heard whenever I give comments um with the performance uh, of other sections or other group of students that I'm handling that you know what, if I will compare, sir, ba't po kasi kami kino-compare sa iba? Okay? Iba po kami, iba po sila. Yes, I know you are completely different section, different group of people. But there is one activity that we are talking about, and that is to perform Ilapa Ibn TK and to create a routine that is good, that is flawless. And if you will tell me, if you will answer me, sir, ba't mo kami kino-compare? Iba kami sa kanila. Yes, iba, but the activity is the same. The rubric is the same. If the other group can do better, I believe you can do it also. Okay? It's let's stop the mentality that iba ako sa kanya. Yes, sometimes in other areas it is applicable, but if we talk about developing ourselves, let's not be let us not be complacent in telling or gaslighting ourselves that ako to eh, okay. If we talk about developing further your talent and skills, you need to really compare yourself. If you want to develop your craft, if you want to be claimed or proclaimed as the most okay competent student of the year, let's say pinakamagaling sa lahat, you need to compare yourself because the moment that your mentality talks about like ako na to, ba't ko i-compare, magkaiba kami. Okay? And we are talking about development, okay? That is very, very, very dangerous. Okay? Sometimes we need to gaslight ourselves, but sometimes let's also face the reality that in order to develop, there must be a basis. There must be someone or something that we look up to because that will serve as our blueprint to achieve that particular goal also. Mayroon tayong tinitiningalang isang tao or bagay or actions that is good. Okay? Do not limit your capabilities. Always go out to your comfort zone because in that way you can really say that I can do things that limitations only exist in my mind. Okay, that I can do further. I can achieve more greater things. So competition doesn't only talk about competing from one group to another group, but also most especially competition talks about your how you develop yourself. Okay, kasi sa field ng dancing, there are different competition, annual competition. Like the always challenge is that yes, papaano mo tatalunin yung defending champion, but as a defending champion, how can you claim that same title for the next year? Okay, so keep on improving, keep on improving. Yes, it is very stressing, very challenging, but if you can, um, I always believe that kung nag-put ka ng effort sa isang bagay and God sees it and you ask for it, God is more willing and more cheerful to give it to you as long as you put your heart into it. Okay? So, yun nga. Okay? Competition doesn't only talks about competing from one entity to another entity, but most especially on how you develop yourself. Okay? Now, let's merge the definition of competition and dance. Okay? Hindi ko na define ang dance because very simple naman ang definition ng dance. It is a form of art that we use our body to move, aesthetic movement accompanied by music and so on and so forth. But if we define competition and dance, we can have the definition of competitive dance as competitive dance is a sports where dancers compete by performing dances in a number of permitted dances styles like jazz, hip hop, contemporary dance, and ballroom dance, and etc. Okay, so competitive dance is just, it is not a simple activity, not just a dance, but it is a form of sports. Okay? Because dancers here do training. Okay? Nagpa-practice sila yan every day. Kung hindi every day, almost. Okay? Sabi nga ng, I am blessed to meet all the uh, cheering squad of National University way back 2016. And also, I am also honored to ask questions, like because when we watch their performance live, it is very amazing. Okay, the tumbling, the pyramids, the precision, the timing, it is very skillful. And ang tanong ko, how many months sila nagte-training, okay, to achieve or to perfect their routine? Because the routine is very breathtaking. Like, parang may malalaglang, pero my God, babaeng sumasalo, but they have a very strong arms. And they answered me that hindi months, but a whole year sila nagte-training. Okay? Siguro after the competition, they rest for a while, but after that, it is a whole year training in preparation for the next competition again. So that's how I can say or I can illustrate that they mean business. Okay? Kasi gusto nilang i-defend yung title nila. So no time for relax. Okay? No, may rest, pero time for unwind for a long period of time, no. They really mean their business in UAAP cheer dance competition. Okay? It is a sports. Okay? Hindi na siya simpleng dance activity, but a sports wherein you develop your skills, you develop your talent in dancing. Okay? It is also a very popular and widespread sports across the globe. Yes, it is because there are dances also internationally. Mga sinasalian ng mga Filipino dancers natin, group dancers natin, wherein they compete to other nationalities. Okay, and likewise, it consists of adjudicators and judges. So always, it will never be a competition without these specialists. Okay, these experts on their crafts in dancing rather. So adjudicator judges, these are the people are responsible in assessing your skills, assessing your routine, and they will tell in their verdict that, oh, among the participating team, sila yung pinakamagaling because they perform a very flawless and very good routine or choreography. Okay, that is dance as a form of competition. So it is still a dance that tends to express our emotions, to communicate for the sake of aesthetic, but nilagyan lang natin siya ng konting flavor, which is the inclusion of skills, the precisions, the executions of different steps. Okay, sa cheer dance na lang, the timing, the tumbling, the tossing, lahat yun tinatawag nating skills. Okay? So, cheer dance. So, what is cheer dance? So, this is the genre of dance that we have, or ito lang i-discuss natin for the final term. Okay, also known as cheerleading, a type of group dance that intends to, this is the different purpose or function of cheer dance. Number one, to give motivation to a team. Number two, entertainment. Number three, for competition. And it is considered as sports and dance and was emerged during 1990s. Okay, so just a brief trivia about cheer dance. Actually, hindi dapat to sayaw eh. Cheerleading lang talaga. As we've mentioned with the definition of cheer dance, the number one is that just to motivate, okay, just to cheer, okay, their schools or their teams in a competition. Yun na yung pinaka-purpose ng cheerleading dati, okay, for entertainment that evolved into competition. Okay? Kung familiar kayo din sa ginawa ni mamaya ko na sasabihin yun. Okay? So, dun sa element of cheer dance na lang. So, a brief history of cheer dance. Okay? In 1800s, cheer dance was originated in United States. Okay? Kasi sila yung mahilig sa malalaking competition like rugby, American football, soccer, basketball, okay? We all know that this sports was originated in this region of the world. They are very sporty and to cheer those players, they do cheer dancing. Ay, cheerleading rather. Hindi pa siya cheer dancing noon. In 1887, it was organized and participated by all male students of Princeton University to support their football, rugby, and basketball team. So, based from the definition, based from the information given, the first group of cheerleaders are men. Okay? Mga lalaki sila, walang babae. Why? Because if you're familiar with YMCA, doon po sila nanggaling. Okay? In November 2, 1898, the official birth date of organized cheer dancing. So if we say organized cheer dancing, cheer and yells are still present. Dance routine, dance routine are now also included. Likewise, the inclusion of different elements of cheer dance, which we will going to discuss later, is already present. And in 1920, female are now encouraged to participate and later dominated this genre of dances. Because if we try to describe the characteristic of cheer dancing nowadays, ang prominenteng members na ngayon ay mga babae. Okay, yung mga lalaki intended for the base na lang ng cheer dancing if there are pyramids. And likewise, but compulsory lahat sila dapat marunong mag-thumping. So this is a very short history of cheer dancing. Okay? Next one. Oh, this is an activity pero magmumukha akong ewan dito but still I need to demonstrate it for you to be entertained and for you to listen or to have a more, let's say, kahit pa paano magkaroon ng entertainment dito sa discussion natin. So this is an activity entitled Cheer Your Answer. Since cheer dancing naman tayo, okay? There are 3 instructions. The first instruction said that your task is to identify the different element of cheer dance based on the clue word provided. To answer, shout, "Hey Mickey," while performing a V motion with your arms. So ganun siya. Gimmicky, pero hindi nyo siyang pwedeng gawin kasi nga wala kayo dito. Okay, the first person to execute the instructions correctly will have the chance to answer and will receive a point. Pero wala kayong point kasi wala kayo dito. Okay? So this is a crossword puzzle, obviously. And if you talk about elements of cheer dance, refers to the different structure and organized movement which are being scored during competition. So technically, elements of dance are the key points that cheer dancing or cheer dancers focus on developing. Why? Because these are the factors or facets that adjudicators usually scored. Okay, yun yung score nila. So the first word, okay, and these are the clue, and this is the clue, encourage the supportive spectator. So what is the correct answer, Glance? E, it is encourage down. So clue, letter E. Encourage the supportive spectators. As we said later, a while back nga pala, ano to? To motivate, okay? To cheer. So this is yells. Okay? Number two, okay? Cheerleaders propel themselves off the ground. So this is off the ground down. Cheerleaders propel themselves off the ground. Clue. Letter S. It's tumble. I jump. I propel. O pala. Jumps. Jumps pala to. Ground pala siya. Themselves off the ground. It is the jumps. Okay. Number three. Hold, lift, held, toss. Ano to? So this is stance. Okay. Next. A lift, somersault, handspring, and cartwheel. These are example of tumble. And this involves multiple levels. So if we talk about multiple levels, it looks like the dancers or cheer dancers are creating a very good pyramid. And last but not the least, hip hop, contemporary, and festival can be applicable in creating cheer dance routine. The correct answer is also is already there in the clue word. This is dance. So technically, if we talk about dance, the theme of the performance, it can be what do you call this? Um, ano na yun, yung ginawa ng NU Pep Squad noon, dun sa tubig, parang ganon, Mexican, sari manok, those are themes and those are example of dances. Okay? So let's proceed in discussing the different elements of cheer dance. So we have yells or chant. So, okay, chants or yells are usually done by performance with pride and confidence. And how, as a cheer dancer or a cheerleader, how can we execute a correct, okay, cheer and yell? Okay, this element helps to encourage, support the spectator to cheer along and bring a prideful message to the competitor. Kaya katulad ni yung ginawa ni Catherine Bernardo sa movie na she's dating the gangster. Nung chini-cheer niya si Kenji. Okay? And how to execute proper cheer and yell is that the basic technique in yelling and chanting is to use the diaphragm instead of throat. So hindi dito magagaling yung voice kundi sa diaphragm. Okay, I have an example here. Okay? Ay, bakit na ulit? I have an example here. Alok ka na. Wait lang. Wait lang. Skip muna natin siya. Okay, so I have an example here. Ito siya. La? Wait. Wala. Saglit lang. Okay. At bakit siya nawala? Ala, nawala talaga. Stop. Wait lang. A minute. Okay. So, i-troubleshoot ko lang siya. And then, i-check niyo yung second video kasi nagkaroon ng error. Okay? Okay. So, let's try again kung pwede na. Ayaw. A minute. Mhm. Okay. to, I don't know what to. Let's try it. Ayaw mo talaga.